Good morning. Must be day 8, I guess. It's Monday, and I arrived on Monday evening, so I've been here a full week now. I think the longest single trip I've ever done was about 10 days, maybe. So I'm getting up to the point where I'm crossing over the threshold from, toughing it out on a short trip to a sort of sustained outdoors lifestyle, which is my end goal. I would like to be able to just be a nomad and just set off cycling around the world and never come back. Um, yeah, I'm going to pop into the library and recharge my batteries. Today's brightened up a bit. It still showers on and off, but it's not, gale force winds anymore. I'm still in my little pizza oven shed. I ended up spending the night in here. All my kit was a bit wet where my tent collapsed yesterday, so I just used my little foam roll mat. It's only 8 mils thick, but I laid it on the floor diagonally across the shed here and managed to get. Actually, I got a reasonable night's sleep. One of these types that can literally just fall asleep anywhere. Wasn't hugely comfortable. There was a mosquito buzzing around my ear the whole night. I put a baseball cap on with like a head and bug net to keep it off of me. But it was slightly annoying. I kept having to pull the sleeping bag up around my ears and stuff because I was concerned that it could just probably bite through my jumper. And with it being a cloudy sort of night, it was quite warm, and obviously I'm zipped right up in my sleeping bag, so I was pretty toasty. But yeah, I had a reasonable night's sleep. I'll take you a little wander around and show you what's going off this morning. So there's my little pizza oven shed. I'll come over here and show you my tent. I left my tent pitched after the tent collapsed. I re-pitched it and I've just left it pitched overnight. I'm probably going to pack it down when I head into town in a minute to go to the library because I'm going to be gone all day recharging my batteries. But there's the Gatewood Cape. I ended up putting a big brick thing onto the. It was the main tent peg down there that holds the whole structure up. Just pulled out the ground because the ground was absolutely sodden. There was just big puddles and stuff. The rain came down so heavily it just couldn't drain fast enough. So I'll take you around the other side. Let me see if I can show you. This is the barn behind me. And then down there, that's the actual farmhouse just there. And it's got some stables around the back. So there's the little pizza oven shed at the front. Now over the back of the house, this farmhouse, there's a property, maybe 100 yards over that way, so I try to keep quiet when I go around the back of the house because I don't really want to attract attention to the fact I'm here. Because I stow my kit and wander off, I don't want really people to know I'm here so that my kit's safe. But I'm going to go around the back and show you the stables. I've got my kit hanging up in there drying at the minute because obviously with the rain coming down at times, but I still want to air my stuff out, so I won't talk too loudly when I get round there, but I'll just show you what's there. So I'm going around the back of around the side of the house now. So this is a little courtyard here. So this is one of the stables. It's going to be dark in here. Hopefully the camera will adapt. So I've got my just got my bed leaning up against the wall drying out. My under blankets there just on the washing line drying out. And my sleeping bag liner's just there, also drying out. I've had a nice wash and washed my hair this morning, so my towel and stuff's here. And then in the other shed, well, it's a stable. As you can see, the roof's dilapidated, which is why I'm not sleeping in here. It's a terracotta roof, and all the spars are broken and stuff. But what I've done is I've turned my there it is. Turned my inner tent inside out, and I've just got it hanging in here, drying out. So let me go back round the front. So yeah, those are the stables around the back that I'm using just as an area to dry my kit out. This is the old abandoned farmhouse just here. The doors are all locked up, so I can't get in. There's like 2 properties. There's one here and then another. There's one there and another one there. Yeah, so I've been here a whole week now. Well, no, the first night I spent in Lisbon, but the other 6 nights I've been here every day. It's got all the facilities I need on the side of the barn. Let's see if I can find it. Sorry about the sunshine. Well, I'm not going to apologise for the sunshine. It's nice. It's been tipping it down the last few days. So just there, oops, there. That's the outside tap, and it's fed from. It looks like it's fed from a tank that's high up at the back of the barn there. So I'm not drinking that water. I'm just carrying in. Go back into my little shed. I'm just carrying these things in. They only cost 85p. So that's my drinking water, but then I'm getting my washing water from there and just heating it up in my stove. And that's the little mat that I slept on last night. It's only 8 mils thick, but it insulated me from the ground. Yeah, so I'm going to pop into the library. I'm going to spend most of the day there charging my stuff up. So I'm going to pack all my kit down, stow it out the way somewhere, and then just go and spend the day charging all my batteries up. Obviously, I was holed up in this shed the whole day yesterday in the torrential rain and gale force winds. So I just used all my battery up, basically. It's interesting. I feel like I think because it wasn't, I knew it was a longer trip from the get-go. I haven't just sort of tried to tough it out like I might do on a week-long cycle tour. I immediately started developing the sort of routines that will be required for sustained outdoor living, with me being here for the whole month. So immediately looking after, personal hygiene and washing and these kind of things, which is a transition, I suppose, from the normal trips where if you're just going for a week, you can just put up with being a bit, smelly and stuff. Although I try to look after myself, because when I'm cycle touring, the last thing I want to do is roll into town looking like a total state, and trying to sit in a cafe or go in a shop while you stink. No one wants that. But yeah, I say we've got a 3-month cycle tour around Portugal planned for the end of this year, or in the reason I can do something like this is my job is seasonal, but it's annualised pay, which means that I work for 9 months of the year, but get paid evenly over 12 months, a bit like school teachers. So while during the summer I'm working full time, I only take home a part-time wage. But then in the winter I don't go to work at all, and I still take home a part-time wage, which frees me up to travel. Assuming I'm not, paying rent and council tax and bills. So for this winter coming, this autumn, when I knock off my, job for the end of the season, wherever I'm living at the time, I will give the notice and just become a nomad for those 3 months and just hope I can find new accommodation when I get back. So it's been a progression, obviously, like 3-day cycle tours, and then week-long cycle tours, and 10-day cycle tours, and then this month-long trip in Portugal. I'm feeling reasonable confident about. I was a bit nervous about the tour later in the year, but now I've sort of been in country for a while and sort of found my feet. I'm just excited about it. The fact that I'll be here with my bike and I'll be able to actually see the country rather than just being sort of holed up in a location. I think my plan is, because of all the facilities I've got here, I'm going to stay here as long as I can. So until I get, moved on, I'm going to just try and stick it out, because there is the shed for me to shelter in when the weather's bad, and I've got somewhere to dry my kit. I've got a tap. I've got a town right nearby. So while it's not so necessarily exciting, I'm not sort of seeing the whole country. That's for the tour at the end of the year, when I've got my bike and can actually, travel and cover meaningful distance. So just for this moment, I think I'm just learning to settle into the outdoor living lifestyle. Yep, where am I on? 9 minutes. I'm going to call it a day for this now. I mean, I might do something a bit later on, depending. You can see the scar on my head there. I could see my skull when I did that one. It was pretty grim. I am quite proud, being really careful. When I'm with this big moustache, you can't bite an apple, because every time you bite something, you pluck moustache hairs, and it's quite unpleasant. So I tend to chop things up to eat them, and I'm just being super careful because I don't want to cut myself. I am a bit accident prone. I tend to just, I don't know, I sort of throw myself at things without necessarily always thinking. Anyhow, when I get to the library, I'll upload this video. Hopefully YouTube won't be being so awkward with me today. It was being a bit weird with me yesterday, and one of my regular commenters has said that they weren't getting a, what was his name, Mackie? Hey, thanks for commenting, saying that he wasn't getting the notification of the new videos, which makes sense because I was having problems uploading them yesterday as well. So I don't know if it's a change that YouTube have made. They do sometimes change things without notifying people, apparently, or whether it's something that's happened with me. I don't know, but anyhow. 10 minutes. So if something interesting happens, I'll speak to you later. But if not, this has been whatever it is, day 13 or something since Christmas, and it's day 8 in the country. I'll speak to you later.